Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to another exciting edition of your all-favorite weekend educative program, Family Life on Adoatv. My name is Obahima Efe. It's just by grace that we are still alive. And remember, today is the first Sunday of December. If you and I are still alive, we give thanks to God. Many were those that we started the year with. But no, yɛte nkwamu a na yɛaseda ɛna yɛde ma Nyankopɔn. We want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. Vena Mineral Water. Open nsuo ɛyɛ akono nsuo a ɔnom a ho sɛ uhunam esisi so. Nsuo a balance your life ɛma. Just get in touch with Vena Mineral Water for every other occasion, party, weddings, engagements. You can name it. Just get in touch with them. We also say thank you to Spiffy Clothing. Open print wears a quality. Any embroidery quality, just get in touch with them. You can get them through all social media platforms at Spiffy Clothing Ghana. They will sort you out as soon as possible. And then when you answer, I may introduce the topic for discussion. Any my guest, no, I would like to say, and I say a child say, our way, and no one institution beer. You get a certificate before your examination questions are being given to you. Think about it. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, I'll introduce my guest in the studio and my topic for discussion.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome back, viewers, from the break. It's still your show, Family Life, on Adoatv, and my name is Obahima Efe. Today's topic is going to be interesting, as we do always. And then we will Oba, I will show you so. Na many ajia ma because they be say mmema nkwa na ya na ehum ene ya kopɛ ma me bi nso aba bɛka ye ho na nsɛm na ɛbɛyɛ de nti ohu papa ne bɔ ha na ma me ne so abɔ ha man na de ni na ayɛ adesua ɛwɔ asetena yi mu. This is your show, Family Life. Remember, we are also streaming live on Adoatv, Adoatv Ghana on Facebook. So, what digital way so now just go on internet, Facebook no what type Adoatv Ghana. Ubenya ye Family Life. Na channel na share se na be afufro munim show ni ho asem no so mbesua bibi efri mu. And today I have me papa baako. Papa mi say ono odu ape no bi edwane unim so akodi bone pe na wodo hu siesie ai papa ne de ye fa de ensie no ohun nti wukodi bone no de ohia wa obi sa ope no aka no kre eda na obi hu kire no wa ha ene opese mi so mi hu kire mi so obua kra ai onim ne hu kra deda ye papa Evangelist Patrick Tego. Evangelist, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
How has your weekend been?
Very fruitful and peaceful.
Wow, thank God. Today being the first Sunday of December. It's just by grace.
Sure.
Okay, so we have our mother, Mrs. Innocentia Dumeda Gomado. Wow, edini de wa. It's one to was young boy. I'm sure wako cow ma. Mommy, welcome.
Thank you.
How is the family too?
By God's grace, everybody is doing well.
How was your week and then the weekend too?
God is so faithful to the family.
Okay.
So nice.
Oh, I believe the family is watching and they are so glad seeing you. We're also glad having you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is your show, Family Life, once again. Our topic for discussion is living in different rooms as married couples. One worry we na fe. Them and they were dying for from, or so were dying for from. Is it right or wrong? We did say, Obi Beka say, ye, Obi Subeka saying, ye, ye be come home, a bobo or hanum say, then we learn and then adapt or adjust certain things we need to adjust in our marriage life. Remember, I said marriage is the only institution that gives you certificates before examination. That is why you need to take your time before choosing a partner. Ye kasa nsem we a utifi ebe o say bi agro bi na ye kan na say ya trauma ye na ye kin kan bibi da bi ntisa utina say ye research bebre na ye kasa nso na uti echi na udwen ho yi a obo say nsem na ye ka che o na nsem a emu dore nti ya start program no fe wadamfo unia o partner, let them also join to watch this show and also share their comments. Uko Facebook na comment box no. Just add your questions, your comments, no. We'll read it out. Na ya share ya drink. Intima. Where the mami fan started from wo. Ya papa de bi ene no wa hanton de. ɔte ase kakra awareɛ mu nsɛm. Is it right or wrong to live in separate rooms as couples?
Okay. Before God is wrong, but some will enjoy it, so they will say it's right.
Before God is wrong?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, I say before God is wrong because when God created man, he saw that man, it's not good for man to live alone. So he created woman for man. And then commanded that they should leave their parents and both come together to be one.
Please speak up a bit for me, okay?
So God made the woman for the man, for them to stay together, to enjoy life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it becomes wrong.
It becomes wrong because when they marry, they are supposed to stay together.
Okay, so let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5, which Bible says that couple is to abstain only when there's a mutual decision, a mutual understanding. So if there's that mutual understanding and you want to be in the separate room, does it become wrong, evangelist?
All right, good afternoon to our cherished viewers, and we are back again by the grace of God. I will try to explain it 50-50. I will not condemn it outright based on some few reasons. Just like Mama said, number one, Bible says a man will leave and then cleave to his wife. I mean, cleaving to your wife means staying together, trying to be one in everything that you do. I need to have a feeling of you. You also need to have a feeling of me. And we ought to be there almost all the time for each other. And then come back to your question. You made mention of something. Bring back your question.
Is it the 1 Corinthians 7 verse 5?
Yeah, okay. Fine. It's also one aspect of it. You know, it has become a norm for some couples to stay in different rooms for the rest of their life. But this is just for a particular period of time. Once the assignment is over, I have to go back to my responsibility. Yeah. It was for a reason that I separated myself, just to have that relationship and that closeness to God based on the assumption of the two of us. We've agreed onto it. So for instance, if I'm supposed to be there for a week or two, right after whatever we have done on the agreement is ended, I need to bounce back and stay with my partner. There is no need for me to stay in that room forever.
Hey. But evangelist, if said to Sadia, and there's like a here, so you separate yourself.
No,
because
for the
you are still in the same house with the person.
Same house, but for the reason of the separation, probably you know when we are waiting on God, we need to have some quietness and then some kind of peaceful environment. Probably we need to hear from Him clearly. And so I am just walking away for a period of time. I want to focus. I don't want any distraction. I want to make sure that I am focused on everything that I'm doing with my God. Probably be with you in the same room. You might do some things and you might try to distract the focus that I'm trying to have. So the separation is not about bitterness, it's not about anger, but it's about something that will benefit the two of us. So let me just separate, let me seek the face of God. Once I am through with the agenda, I will just come back. It's simple as that. It's like be at your workplace and they call you this one, they tell you that for the next 2 weeks, you have to be at tardy. Being at tardy does not mean that you are going to stay there the rest of your life. It is an assignment, it's a contract being given unto you. Once you complete the assignment, you have to bounce back to your original position.
So still, you can have the room in the house and then maybe go there for, like, as you are saying, 2 weeks, a week, after which you come back to the same room.
Yeah.
So what if it continues like that? Every 2 weeks, I want to...
Oh, no. It can't be on the 2-week basis like every 2 weeks I have to go and seek the face of God every two. No. It can't be that way. What I'm trying to say is I can even be with my partner in that same room. We even agree together. Let's fast together. In the same room, we can be there. But maybe I have a personal agenda. God is calling me for an assignment and I need to make time for Him. Okay. And that is why I'm asking my partner to excuse me for this grace period of time. Once I am through, I may come back peacefully. Okay. Because I need to focus, I need to meditate, I need to make sure that whatever God is about to release onto me, I need to get the clarity of everything. So I don't want any distraction. Just be there, enjoy yourself, allow me to go through my process. When I finish, I'll bounce back.
Mommy, should there be privacy when it comes to marriage?
Oh, yes.
Why?
There should be, as evangelist was saying, yeah, like you plan fasting and praying. It should be an agreement between you and your wife. If she doesn't agree, You can't just do it.
Okay, so let's take away the fasting and prayers.
Okay.
I mean privacy. Maybe you want to be on your own for a period of time, not because you want to communicate with your God, but because maybe there are certain things you are thinking about, or certain things you want to have your quiet time on. Is it right?
It's not right for you to have that quiet time aside the fasting or being close to God. I don't think it is right, because Satan can, take opportunity to bring certain ideas into your mind when you are alone. You understand? When you are alone.
So certain ideas like,
for example, I had a friend, who is married, and a man also wanted to come in, like he was proposing to her. You see, in her mind, she was loving that man more than the husband. So by using the phone, she would want her privacy, so that the man will not hear the conversation between she and then the man. Are you getting my point? So in that sense, if you are with your man, it protects you from talking to that man. And you can even open up and tell your husband, this is what is happening. Your husband, in that sense, if he loves you, will advise you. You understand? And you won't go further to do what Satan wants you to do by advising you to get to get close to that man. You understand? Yeah. So being together always, if you understand each other, you should discuss your problems with each other, and that helps you to be close always.
Evangelist, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, but let me also chip in this. When we talk about privacy, it depends on the type and the kind of privacy that you are looking for.
Okay.
Probably me being the man. For instance, I mean, we are in Christmas. Very soon, the year is rolling away. I may sit with my partner. Then we need to focus and then plan for next year, how we are going to position ourselves in the coming year. After that one, remember, I am the head of the house.
Okay.
And there are strategic points that I need to put forward. It does not make my wife stupid. She is wise, she is intelligent. But being the head, just like Christ being the head of the church, there are certain things you need to be ahead. And that is where you have your communicate with your God. You begin to freshen up your mind. You begin to think, next year is coming. What do I intend to see the family going through? So give me some space, not some space that is going to last for a period of 2 weeks or 1 month. I just need even a day. And I can just sit alone, make sure that I bring all these facts out. When I finish, I will come back to you, and then we'll put it on the table, and then we share ideas together. What do you think? This is what my mind was telling me. This is what I was going through for the next year that is coming. These are the agendas I thought may be of help for the family. But since you are my partner, you are not out of the equation, you are part of the equation. So what do you think? Then you bring your opinion. So I believe there comes a time as human being, we need some privacy. You get back at work sometimes and you come back and you see your wife in a very sad mood. The woman may have the audacity to tell you that I need some privacy. Not some privacy to do something bad, but probably she might be having some thoughts and some kind of crooked agendas in her mind. She needs to straighten them up. And so being in her privacy, she will have that freeness without any disturbances. Then she goes through. When she is out of it, she will come back to you again. So what was the problem that you wanted to be alone? This is it, and this is the decision I have taken. What do you think you can also do to be of help to me?
Okay, so evangelist, what if he or she doesn't come out to tell you what the problem was?
Fine. We need to respect the privacy of every person. You know, when we get married, doesn't mean that you own me for everything. I am human. You are also human. You have things sometimes you feel like today I want to be alone.
In marriage?
Oh, yeah. Not alone to bring some kind of confusion or hatred or bitterness or whatever. But, we are human. Let's be honest with ourselves. It comes to a point in life you wish you could be alone. Others might not even tell you. They may pick up the shirt and say, I'm going to see a friend over here. Then they will go and have that privacy over there. So what is the essence of...
Don't you think that one would have been better than you telling your
No,
wife?
I want to be honest with my partner. I just want to be honest with you. I need some space, not because you are doing something nasty that is deterring me from you, but I need that space to focus. Maybe I have a business plan. Maybe I'm a minister. I need to prepare for certain programs. Maybe I have something that is coming to the family and I need to sit, have that mentality to think and to go through. Once I am through, you will understand me. We all need our space. Okay. Sometimes you can look at the face of your wife and you will tell as a man that looking at my partner, I think she needs some space. And so I will not disturb you with certain things. I may choose to go to the kitchen. I may choose to wash. I may choose to do some strange things because you want to be in that privacy just to coil yourself back and be in the normal position that you used to be. And I think as a normal human being, even as couples, there comes a time within a year when you need to be alone aside your partner, not to plan anything diabolic, but have a refreshing of your soul. This is me, Adjoa Mansa. What do I intend to be next year personally? So God, I am opening up to you. Help me. What ideas can I also bring up to support the family? You are thinking on your personal growth. Aside the growth of the family, you are also human. One day you will face the judgment seat of God alone, not with your family. So you need some of this time to be alone and just arrange things and put things in order. And I think it helps. It helps.
Mommy, as a wife, would you agree to this?
No.
Because no.
I don't agree to this because we are one. And so everything of ours should be one. You understand? So when, I mean, we are supposed to plan, we plan together. Maybe my wife, as we say, he's a minister. What of if my husband is not a minister? You understand? He doesn't understand much about this. You are trained, the man is trained elsewhere, I'm also trained. We are coming together, you know, to learn about one another. What you don't want, I try to adjust myself to suit your to suit your understanding. So we come together. The same thing applies to you, the man, as we have come together. So if we are not together, how do we understand each other? Marriage is supposed to be like that. You see, that's why we take the certificate before we go in. We don't write exams before we take the certificate into marriage. But we rather go in and now learn. You understand? So that brings that cordiality or oneness in the marriage. So if there's separation, what if I stay aside to think about myself or to plan? What does it mean? That is where I come in and say that is where the evil one get hold of our mind and give us certain ideas that finally we regret of. Because I know of a woman, the one I'm saying, now the marriage is broken. It's broken because of that. You know,
were they in separate rooms? Or it was through the phone that you are talking about?
Yes, they were in that causes the separate, yeah.
Okay.
Because I questioned her, that's what she told me. You understand? And I know of somebody too who also feels shy. You understand? He feels shy, like being naked before the wife or the man. You understand? So they should be apart, as Reverend was saying. You understand? For them to be okay with themselves. But marriage is not like that. Because when God created Adam, he was naked. Then he created a woman naked. And he asked them to come together for a purpose. So the woman is the man. And the man is the woman. So why the separation? That's where the problem lies.
Yes, so, but mommy, to say a little to what evangelist said, you know, at a point in time, Jesus Christ at the Garden of Gethsemane had time for himself. Yes. I believe he also went to speak to his father to know what he has to do next. So don't you think privacy is really necessary? Yes.
Yeah, it's necessary, but not in marriage, to me. Because God commanded a man to love the wife as he loved God. So you always have your privacy with God.
But the love is there.
Yes. Why privacy with God? He has given you that command to love your wife. You see, that love he said you are giving to God, he said you should give it to your wife. So if you should give your love to your wife, meaning there's no time there should be separation between you. Are you getting my point? There's no time there should be separation. Because the moment there's separation, then that man comes in.
Okay, so let's look at our brothers and sisters from the other side, the Muslims. They do this polygamy marriage, and they have separate rooms.
Okay. They have a point. For we Christians, we have been commanded to have one wife, a man and a woman. But the polygamous marriage, I even stayed with some in Tamale before. What happens is that because of that, the man have his privacy, and he arranged for the woman when they should come and sleep. So with that, you can't be in one room. When it's your turn for 1 week, maybe the whole week you will cook, and you will come and sleep. Then another week, the other woman too, you understand, they run shifts. So to them, it's no problem. But to we Christians, that is where the problem lies, my sister.
Evangelist.
Yeah, now, you know, let me make my point very clear. You know, we are not talking about separation or probably talking about privacy as in terms of confusion, misunderstanding. Probably I misunderstood my wife. We had a quarrel and then we decided that out of what happened, leave me and let me be alone. That is not the point we are striking over here. What I want us to understand, let me paint this picture to you. There is this snake called the garter snake. This garter snake, every year, just like Christmas is about to end, once in a year, they will separate themselves from all other animals, get to a very quiet, serene environment, even to the mountaintop where there are rocks over there. What are they going to do over there? Why would they separate themselves from this other animal, their own family, their own colleagues over there? Not because they had a fight, not because they had misunderstanding, but they want to renew themselves. So once they get there, they try to shed off the old skin that is around them, then the new one will just come up, so that they will receive insight, they will receive new strength, they will receive new energy for the coming year, for them to be able to survive. That is why you do some research and you can find out that sometimes you'll be walking around these areas and then you will see the skin of a snake over there. That is a garter snake. They have taken the old thing away. And like I said, Christmas is coming. The old year is rolling away. We have gone through from January to December. I am human. Aside my wife, I am human. There are even thoughts and imaginations in our mind that your partner might not even have an idea of. Probably I want to have a refreshing moment with myself. That listen, I was not able to do well in this area as a family man. I wasn't able to push out over here. Now I want a reconciliation with my God. I just want to be alone with him, create new ideas, get new direction, revive myself, renew myself again to be a better person next year, probably even to love my wife more than ever before. So this privacy is not about anything negative. It's all about positivity. And once I explain to my partner, you know the year is rolling away. And for all you know, there are families even during this period. They call some of us, they had an extended family together and they needed the man of God to be around just to bring all the family members together. Talk to them. Let the past be gone. Let the old be gone. Forgiveness must be the hallmark. Let's reunite ourselves. Let's let go of the old. So that the next year that is coming, we might be able to be a better family. So separation depends on what brought about the separation. Even in sleeping in different rooms, the reason why I said from the initial state that 50-50, I am not asking anybody to live in a different room whilst your wife is also in a different room without any trouble. But we are human. Number one, practically, it is happening. There are partners who are living with their wives or their husbands in the same room. And then you know, when we enter into that bedroom to sleep, everybody wants sound sleep. So people greet you in the evening, they will tell you, have a sound sleep, have a sound sleep. That means there should be no interference in your sleep. You need to have a quality type of sleep where you wake up the next day and your nerves and your bones and everything are calm. And you have new energy to carry on. How can I stay in that same room with a partner who snores? And then sometimes the kind of noise they do, there is no way my partner can sleep well. I am not saying that leave your room for a different room for the rest of your life because your partner snores. But maybe I have heavy duty assignment the following day. I have things to run the following day and I need some peace of mind, some little rest. And you are sleeping with this Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And the question is, how can I have that peace of mind? You'll be rolling on your bed and if care is not taken, you woke up the next day more tired, more frustrated. So sometimes you may choose to separate yourself even to the hall. Loud in the couch, not because I am hungry, but there is a problem with my partner. So when I live and have that peace of mind and I resolve myself, the second question that comes into mind, how then do I help my partner? If it is medical, let's seek for help. If it is spiritual, let's seek for help. Whatever the case be, there is a solution to it. And these are the reasons why some people would love to separate themselves. Not because they have some kind of bitterness, but it's like you are disturbing my sleep. And they will pick the pillows and they will cover their ears and the machine will be running. Grrr, grrr. I've experienced a lot. And you know, there are people when they want to sleep, they want to sleep. They don't want any noise. So once you do this thing continually, just like Mephibosheth had the privilege to eat with King David continually at the king's table, somebody was having peace continually, another person having trouble continually. So these are some of the facts, and there are more. We'll dive into them.
Let's dive into it.
You understand? So these are my reasons when I say that people love to separate themselves, not because of anything that is too serious or probably For instance, for all you know, when couples are going trouble times and one of them even opted for divorce, when you get to the law court, instantly they are not going to grant you the divorce.
No.
What they offer you is separation.
Separation, yeah.
That means they believe that something is wrong and you are not able to resolve yourself. So separate yourself. Let me separate myself. In the process of my quietness and being alone, that is where I believe that my brains will be activated and God will have access to me, because counselors will be on board and they will guide me. When I went through all some of these things and then I come out, I'll be more refined than ever before. So it was like my wife was not the problem. I think I am the problem.
Okay.
How do I discover that I am the problem? Because I separated myself and I discovered the negatives and the positives in my life. So once I have known the remedy, why can't I go back and reunite myself again to my lovely wife for us to stay together? So there are reasons, and those reasons are just for a moment. I am not talking about me having my wedding today. We go for honeymoon. I enjoy. We get to our chambers. This is how your kids go to your room, and I enter my. The only day I have to visit your room is when I'm on heat, and I want to enjoy. Then I'll come and I will enjoy. Then I will leave. These things I am not for them. I am not for them. And the danger aspect of couples even trying to stay together, the night is a dangerous night. You might be alone in your room. Something might be happening to you, and you have nobody by your side. If you have your partner by your side, I believe that person might be of help to you. So you may be there alone, struggling, even for somebody to touch you, somebody to pick something for you, and you are there alone. How will your partner discern to know that something is happening to you? So it's a 50-50 balance. There are reasons why people may love to sleep in separate rooms, and there are reasons why others are staying there forever.
Okay.
There are people that are doing it for a period of time.
Okay.
It's for a season,
Okay.
and a reason, and a particular thing. Once the agenda is over, I am coming back to my lovely wife.
Okay. So, mommy, to the snoring aspect,
Yeah.
would you run away from your husband when such a thing happens?
I wouldn't.
What would you do?
Yeah, I have to cope with it.
Hey.
A pastor preached when I was part of a wedding, and he said his wife snores a lot. So what happened was that when she woke up and then he tapped her and said, "Oh, today is not." I said, "Me, I didn't." So he said, "Okay." When she snored, then he recorded the snore. So the friend that he played the recording, and the woman was snoring. I said, "Oh, so is that me?" Then he said, "Yes, but always when I tell you." Then quickly he said he prayed and God told him that people take medicines to sleep, but your wife sleeps and is able to snore. I thank my God that my wife is able to sleep and snore. So he coped with it, and then he thanked his God, and then that was the end.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So if your wife is snoring, maybe at times it's sickness. You find a
So
solution
if
to
it's
it.
sickness, you find solution.
Solution to
Likewise,
it.
spiritual, you
Yes,
find.
and some people too, when they sleep, with their back on the ground, they snore. So you
Yeah.
can maybe let the person sleep sideways,
Sideways.
so that the person will not snore. So just seek advice, and it will help better than, like Reverend was saying. Recently, something happened. A man was sleeping in a room. Not only he had pressure before, just last Saturday, it's tough. Then midnight, according to the wife, he heard the man like that. So he tapped them, and then the head was going behind. Like they have their own house, and they hired some. So the woman started shouting, and the people came in, helped them carry the man to the hospital. Then they referred him to Noguchi. The man died.
Oh.
You understand? So if the wife were not to be there, what would have happened? As he was saying, he would just die. It was a point of mine. That is why I say it's not good for that separation.
Okay, so
And
aside these things we've talked about,
Yeah.
what are some of the other negative aspects of it?
Of you staying aside.
Yeah.
You know? Like, for example, a freshly married couple, if you sleep aside, how do you conceive? You understand?
When I'm on heat, I'll come.
You come. But then maybe I lock my door and I'm fast asleep. How do I wake up? You knock. You knock, and maybe at times that knocking cannot wake me up. That knocking cannot wake me up. So like, it is good at times when children comes in. You understand? When children comes in, as you were saying, at that time, perhaps you need your privacy.
Okay, now we want to look at the negative one. We'll come to the positive one.
All right.
So the negative one you just said.
Yes.
Okay. Evangelist, any other negative aspects when it comes to separation of rooms?
Millions of them, a lot of them,
talk about
so
it.
many of them, and that is where we also need to be cautious. Remember one thing, that even when we want to fast as couple, or even a particular person wants to fast, and the scripture endorses that, probably discuss with your partner, even in that period, and then you start the race, and one person cannot stand the heat, it is better to stop the fast and come back to the marital bed to fulfill one another's desire, and then prepare for another day to happen. The next thing also that becomes too dangerous, sometimes when you have separation in your room, for God to say to a man to leave and then cleave to the wife, something is happening over there. When we talk about cleaving, it is not just a matter of me having sexual intercourse with you or making love with you all the time, but sometimes even just for you to be in my arms. Just my arms around you, and then we are there and we talk and then we chat. In the process of doing some of these things, let me tell you, it freshens your blood.
Yeah.
It calms down the pressure on you. A woman's hand on a man's heart takes away strange sicknesses, a genuine one, not the fake ones. When you hold a man genuinely from your heart, it takes away so many things from your life, and you are refreshed and you are fulfilled. But when you stand to be alone, sometimes you may even increase the pressure on yourself, and that is where some of these dangers might even fall in. And what I say is togetherness. We are supposed to be there for each other. So I don't see the need for me to separate myself when there is no reason. I overheard many people saying that women sometimes are naked to naked themselves before their husbands and stuff and things. I say, once you become one flesh, I will teach you how to be naked before me.
Okay.
I will teach you. You ought to. What are you hiding?
At times, maybe it's because the man has always been complaining,
Of-
"Oh, your body, hey, what is this?" Especially when they've given birth, like they've had about 2-3 children, and you see the marks on the tummy,
Now,
and then
I keep saying this, and I'll repeat myself wherever I go. Life has to go through a lot of transformation. It's a cycle. When I should bring a picture of myself to you when I was 1 year,
okay.
up to the point of 18, to the point of being 30, they are not the same. Transformation is taking place. And then I am losing more handsomeness, and I am losing more strength because I am aging. That is the fact of life. Your beauty and everything will not be there forever. So no man or woman should deceive him or herself that, listen, I'm going to remain like this forever. And the men also should have it at the back of their head. When a woman goes through the cycle of producing children, automatically, I keep saying that these children are taking the beauty and the energy and the strength of this woman. And that is why your kids look more powerful than your wife. It does not make your wife a stupid woman or somebody who doesn't know how to care for herself. If you know what it takes to go through labor ward and come out of labor ward, you will always appreciate your partner, no matter the stretch marks and whatever marks you are talking about. If you were in the labor ward, you will know that it's a matter of life and death. This woman encourages herself, strengthens herself, and keeps saying to herself, I am going to bring you a gift plus myself. I am not going to let the gift go away. Neither myself I will go away. I am bringing a whole package to you. So when the transformation begins, keep loving the woman. Keep loving the woman. When you start going after these small girls in town, the 18 girls and the 19 girls, remember their time is coming. And one day they will also lose that beauty. So it's a season and it's a time. Embrace your own.
Don't you think it's because maybe they had the perspective that like beauty and they can marry. So when that beauty fades away, he has to move elsewhere.
So we keep teaching all the time that marriage is not all about your beauty. It's not about your feelings. It's not about your emotions. I keep saying in marriage, use your head and your heart. Think and go through with it. So I came to this woman to love you just the way you are. I did not separate anything from you that probably because of your hairstyle, because of your shape, because of this and that and that. A day will come when you begin to lose those things. Where do I stand to love you? So I am going to marry you based on the love I have for you, and that settles it. I don't have any reason to tell you because of your skin color, your size, your weight, or whatever. That is not the agenda. The agenda is I'm in love with you, and we should be able to stand with it. We should be able to stand with it. Once you see the woman of your youthful days now aging and losing the beauty and everything, now click your mind back 15 years back, 10 years back. Who was this woman? How did I met her? And the pain and the journey she has taken me through, and here you are, you want to deny of that glory. Your punishment is waiting for you in heaven.
Punishment in a train one part. Mommy, what would you say?
Yes, again, the disadvantage of it also is that a case that I had, a man was always masturbating before he married.
Okay.
So he needed that privacy to continue with that. So in this case, if you are living with your wife in the room, you know, it will help you stop that. So one disadvantage is that.
Okay. Okay. Reverend, can we look at the positive side too?
Staying together with your partner in the same room. Another million positive ideas are there. You know, I keep saying that couples who stay together and live together grow together.
Okay.
And there are many people who are married, but they still don't know who they are married to. They don't even know them. You will hear stories about your partner and you will be shocked. Why would you be shocked? Somebody you claim you love and you have stayed with all these years. So it's better for you to stay together with your partner. And I keep saying, once you are there with each other in the same room, you create a presence in the room. And that is why sometimes one of the partners can travel and the other party will find it very difficult to sleep. Because if not because of this traveling thing, by now my partner should be here. And I begin to desire for you. I begin to yearn for you. And it's like, I wish you were here. Now you are making the love more interesting because of that union and that companionship. And like she was saying, you know, when you are together, you are able to resist and overcome so many of these temptations that come to us in life.
Okay.
I have this couple that were staying together. Most of the times, this woman will just wake up at midnight, and then her husband is nowhere to be found. She will just get downstairs and check the hall, get to the other rooms and check here and there, and the man was nowhere to be found. One day he went to the washroom, and the man was masturbating. And I asked myself, how can you stay with a beautiful damsel like this woman and choose to sleep with the devil? By yourself. But sometimes when you are in the same room and you can sneak and your partner can even search for you because we were together over here. How come you are no more here? Let me search for you and discover some of these things. There are many, many, many reasons why they do some of these things.
Yes.
So sleeping together with your partner will help you to overcome so many things. And there is a fulfillment when you are with your partner in the same room. You are always fulfilled. And so many things can happen. Sometimes I may just wake up and see my partner sleeping. And I can just sit in the chair and I'll just admire her. And I am refreshed. Yeah, I just want to see her sleeping. So I just woke up and I sit in my chair and I just try to look at her. And that is something I have been doing for years. Years. I can dress the bed for her to sleep. The next day I can clean the bed and do the justice to it. So many things I can do when we are together. Over there, she can be naked before me, I can be naked before her. Where is the shyness? We are one. And we need to learn by that experience that we need to be one. And today, I am telling you on authority, pick your camera and your crew, get to town, interview those girls called my fiancé, my boyfriend, and what have you, and then the couples. You will know that these boyfriend, girlfriend things, they are even enjoying the thing far better off than even the couples who are staying there together. Today, young boys are running away with their girlfriends and hiding for months, and they are not coming back home. And when you get there, they are cooking together, they are washing together, they are doing this thing together, they are doing, and the couples have separated themselves. So we shouldn't give grounds for the devil to operate. And when you are together with your partner, you also learn how to pray together. In the night before we sleep, we hold our hands together, we share a word of prayer together, and then we crack some jokes, expensive ones, that will take you to a deep sleep. And that is where you see your partner sleeping and they are smiling like babies. You know, freshborn babies can sleep and they keep smiling. Nobody can tell the reason why they are smiling. You can put your partner in that condition. Crack expensive jokes with your partner. She will smile, she will sleep, and she will be fulfilled. Woke up the next day, don't give chop money. Your wife will not ask you. She is better off in that condition than even the chop money. So it is time for us to understand that we are one. And so far as business or any other thing has not taken us away on assignment, let's stay together. Let's do justice to ourselves. Let's be there for each other. And I keep saying, minor challenges might come, but as a result of we being in this partnership thing, then I need to find a remedy, a solution to help you out. I will not leave you in the middle of it. I need to help you out to do justice to yourself so that we can grow together, learn together, and give fulfillment to one another. It's very interesting.
Mommy, you've been smiling. What's up?
As Reverend was saying, yeah, I know of a man who is working in Sierra Leone, and the wife is in Ghana here.
Okay.
As he was saying, when you do that, the intimacy is there. When you are one in a room, you understand? It's spiritual and physical. That living in the room shouldn't be physical alone.
Okay.
It's spiritual. As you are saying, you help each other in doing so many things. So when you are away, your partner will always focus the mind on you, as if you are with your partner. Okay. You see, you think of because he is the one close to you. But if you are not close with the person and you are going, it's like onokra onkona me hun tome. One will say that. So if you can live in the same room, but if that intimacy is not there, it's as if you are living apart. Okay. I always say this to myself. My husband, when I got married to him, when I give birth to these kids, midnight, I like breastfeeding my kid. Okay. So when midnight times I'll breastfeed, and when the child is crying, you tell me, you sleep a little. Then he will take the child. You understand? And then also be playing with the child. I will sleep. I don't know the time he will even put the baby down and also sleep. You understand? Yeah. When we are doing some work together, and he sees that I'm getting tired, I say, you stop. You're a woman. Let me continue doing it. At times you wash the things. And then it's like cooking. When I'm on my way to the office, before I come, if he's in the house, he will cook, and I'll come and we eat. So when there is something cropping up, you see, I remember all these things. Yeah. I say, what? It's the devil that is coming into our marriage. I will not allow that. Then I remember. Okay. You understand? This man, I'm saying, he's away. When he's filled for the wife, he will take the flight, come, sleep with the wife, and go back. Wow. Yes. You understand? So that is what marriage should be. Help your partner. Have your partner in mind. Okay. And, always the devil is around. And when the devil is around, your partner will remember this, and that will bring you together. And always the intimacy is there. And spiritually, you are living in one room. Wow. Thank you.
Let me chip in this. I think there is something that sometimes also informs these people. Okay. We are not condemning, but we are finding solution to the problems. Yeah. I repeated over here once upon a time that, listen, I am coming from a different background. You are also coming from a different background. It is the mighty power of love that brought us together. Yeah. Even aside the spirit of love, we have our attitude and then our characters, which, of course, they are not the same. So there are children right now living with their parents, and then they try to study everything that their parents go through. So for all you know, some of these people might have their parents who were in separate rooms whilst they were growing up. This is your room, this is your mom's room, this is your father's room, these are the guest room. And so they have lived like that for the past 25 years. And so this thing has informed their thinking, has shaped their thinking. And so once they settle down in marriage, then the tradition must go on. My dad sleeps in his own room, mom has her own. Why would I choose to be with my wife in the same room? Let me follow the same old tradition. Sometimes they paint some colors in their room. When you go back to their father's house, it's the same paint they used to paint the same house. So they are addicted to this thing. There is no reformation. There is no transformation. Even when they were going through the process of counseling, some of these things never pop up. Yeah. So you will even have men who will be bold enough. This is how my father used to do it. This is how my mother used to do it. It is just giving you an idea that I was brought up in this for the past 30 years. And you are here within a twinkle of an eye. You want to change everything that I have built for 30 years. It will take grace. It will take discipline. It will also take sacrifice for you to make time and then just allow some of these things to get themselves change. If not, trouble will be everywhere for you. So study their background, where they are coming from. Why is my partner behaving this way? He's not a demon. Neither is he a stupid man or a stupid woman. They are not. But there is a lifestyle that followed. Okay. Just like I said it several years ago. A young guy was staying with the parents, and the man was, a beater of women. And so once in a while he slaps the mother, once in a while he punches the mother, and this guy was very young. Then the next 2 weeks they are happy, they are eating, they are dining together. He grew up, stayed with a lovely wife, and then within a week he can create some scene, and once the wife talking, just give it to the woman. And so this thing continued for 4 years until the woman burst out, and then we find solution to the problem. He said, but this is how my father used to do it. So I thought that the beatings on all these things were part of the package of love. So I see no reason why my wife should be happy all the time. So I feel like sometimes she should cry a little and then get some marks out of my hands to remember her that, hey, I was like, wow. So we need to help you out. And we have to take this guy through some process of counseling. By the grace of God, today they are living happily. So many things inform our thinking, even the environment that we live in, the friends we flow with, the family members we live with. And if we are going to marry and we don't allow Christ and then serious counselor, God-fearing counselors, I'm not just talking about any kind, but God-fearing type, who will come and then they will edit the old files out of your system and then install your new files, so that when you go to the marriage, you'll be renewed and you'll be redesigned to love the woman just like yourself. So marriage is not about competition.
Yeah.
I love jollof, my best food. And my wife will tell me, I also love this, my best food. So can we create a balance? Monday we go for this, Tuesday we go for this, just to make peace for one. I'm the man, so what I decide is final. You are the man, but you are not alone. So all things also inform them, and then they can go through it. My cousin is a builder. He is an architectural designer, and he draw plans and build houses for people. And he's a strong believer. Sometimes he builds a house and the man will tell you, this is my master bedroom, this will be my wife's bedroom. Then he will ask a question, why your room and your wife? I say, oh, me, I like it that way. Then quickly he started counseling. He said, no way, you are supposed to be together. You are not supposed to be in separate rooms. He advises them, and sometimes they have to change their plan. And you know, we also love to do photocopy in life. I remember in the university, and I keep telling them that people should be careful about the photocopy things in life. It is becoming too much. You cannot be yourself. You are always acting and pretending to be somebody else. And the reality is that you are not them. You are you and they are they. At the university, we can receive one handout. About 50 or 100 students are supposed to do photocopy out of that single handout. And if you are not careful, you get to the number 50 to the 60th side. By the time it will get to your turn, and they run the photocopy for you, black and white, empty, nothing is there for you. So for how long will you keep on doing photocopies in people's life? I visit somebody, wow, so the man sleep in a different room, the woman also sleep. Wow, okay, one day, I think I also have to do the same thing. These are the things we do. We copy blindly, without research, without information. And it gets to a point we are disappointed in all the things we do. One day you will grow old and your partner will grow old. When you live in that separate room and you are no longer able to get the strength to walk by your side, who will be there to guide you? Who will be there to hold you up? Who will be there to bathe you and everything? So we should be mindful of the journey that we have started today. If you can't complete it, then stop it now.
Okay. So aside what we've talked about, what would trigger a partner to go in for a separate room? You know, the last time you talked about, you even mentioned it, this painting thing. If you are in a room with your partner and then it's a train, the room is always in a mess. You know, at times it provokes the other, and so he or she will want to go in for the private room or go in for another room as his own or her own. So what are some of the things that will also trigger certain things to happen?
So many things can trigger, and that is what I advise as well. When I build my house, one room for me and my wife, my children will have their own. There will be probably one for the guests. I will not even create that space for you to have it at the back of your...
That guest room, Abanya, you say.
Abanya use, but it's not for you. But what I'm trying to say over here, that so many things can trigger. You know, like I said, we are human. Our temperament and everything is there. Probably something happened and then we had a little misunderstanding. And you know, a man and a woman should have a misunderstanding. A woman can stood on the grounds. For this reason, nobody is going to eat in the house today. I'm not going to cook. That is the stand of the woman. And then the man also decided, okay, sleep. Even if they don't have extra room, one can decide to get to the hall.
Yeah.
Just get your cloth and a pillow and then get... So many things trigger some of these things. When there is a misunderstanding and it is not well resolved, this is where the danger can come from. I have seen men who wanted to have sexual intercourse or make love with their partners, and the women may deny with so many excuses. And you know, men, this is one of the greatest food they love in the world. So once you deny them, there is like that egoistic thing will come out of them. And then it collide, and then quickly they will just walk out and then be somewhere else. And then they will, so many things can trigger people to separate themselves from the room of their partners, and then they wanted to be alone. And I keep saying, you may get bitter, you may get annoyed, you may get vexed, but remember, have self-control. Have self-control. I condition myself on so many things. My wife is human just like myself. I make errors and mistakes in life. She is equally capable of making that same mistakes. Yeah. So if today it is her turn to make that mistake, why don't you have a big heart Just forgive. Let's go. Correct mistakes. Sometimes we hold the bitterness without even pointing out the reason why you are annoying to your partner. Secret code is in your heart. But explain to her, explain to him, this is the reason why I am annoyed with you. And then how best can you resolve the issue? Find a solution to it to prevent the agenda of separation. Going to a different room, me going to a different room.
But evangelist, there are times you talk to them and then the mistake keeps repeating itself.
Now, it depends on the approach.
Oh.
I keep saying that communication is a very powerful tool.
I've been a witness to some few people.
Fine. What I'm explaining, communication is a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
So when you are vexed and you are annoyed, sometimes, humanly speaking, I will just tell you, give that person some space. Now, this is where the privacy comes in. I am not giving you space because of who you are, because of what you think, but I am giving you space for your nerves to be calmed down.
Yeah.
So maybe a day or two, and then strategically, no believer should marry. And then when you have issues, you depend on yourself or your flesh or other human beings. When you have issue, remember the foundation of that marriage stands on the pillar of Christ. So when there are these things, why don't you go to God in prayer? And I keep saying all the time, anytime you go to God in prayer, God releases ideas into your mind. So why don't you talk to him this way? Why don't you talk to her this way? Why don't you try this way? The ideas will flow as a result of the communication you have with your God. Once you get it, there is a, listen, women are gifted. And I keep saying that women are anointed. A man will be vexed, a man will be triggered. Let the woman take a bath with the nightie transparent and do some magic in the bedroom. Where that bitterness and that anger will go, only God knows. Men hardly.
Your son says it's a lie.
Who?
Sasu.
Oh, listen, I am telling you on authority. The way God designed women is not the same way men were designed.
Sure.
I have seen men, me myself, I am a man, I am not a woman. And I am telling you, even when you are vexed with your partner and you see the shape and the guitar, I mean the apples and everything, oh, you will change your mind.
But evangelist, what if you don't see that?
You will see, the woman will make you to see it. That is why they are women. They hold the power to some of these things. How can you stay in the room with your wife when you are not talking for 2 days? You come back from work, now why are you confused? Your wife just came from the bathhouse naked, Adam and Eve, in your presence. And you still hold the bitterness in your heart. I am a man, I will not touch you. Then you are not a man, you are somebody else.
But mommy, would you agree that at times women are stubborn?
Oh, yes.
You agree to that? Because you see, I'm saying that based on certain things I've seen, which now
we all have our attitudes.
But
we
you see,
we also have
you keep
men.
repeating that same mistake, and the man has been talking about it in a nice way, even to the extent that people have come in.
That is when you have the mind to leave the man. You want divorce.
Thank you.
Then you do that. So the man should quickly know what is happening. You understand? Otherwise, the time you realize, you fall sick and you die and leave her, and she'll marry.
Yes, because you
Likewise,
see, at times the insult
too.
that comes out is,
you know, it takes something to trigger something. Sometimes we don't get the full glare of the whole story.
But evangelist, for this particular one, I'm
Something
saying
triggers something.
yes, but that something is not coming from the man.
Fine.
I know she's going to bounce back to me, but I have to.
Like I said from the initial stage, we all have different characters and attitudes.
Yeah.
So me living with my wife, she may behave in certain ways I was not brought up in that form. So I may see her to be a strange person, somebody who's too weird and can do strange things. But remember, she is coming from a different background.
So for how long do you have
will
to
you be
condole
able
with
to,
that?
And that is the reason why I say that before choosing a life partner, we ought to be cautious. And I keep telling the young boys and the young girls that when you are courting and you are dating, it is not time for Indomie Jenny. It is not time for Kelewele joints. It is not time for I love you, I love you. That I love you is becoming too much. But use your brains and then think. This is where you are making your research. This is where you are assessing what you are going to stay with the rest of your life. And this is weekend. Go and sit down. The number of girlfriend, boyfriends who are enjoying, just having fun, entertainment, without reasoning. So they get themselves deceived that this is the beauty of my life, this is the man I love, and so I don't care. I've been with him for 10 years. We have fun. That is what you hear them telling you about. We have fun, we enjoy ourselves, and then they marry. Now, when you get into it, the reality dawns on you. Then it's like, hey, who did I marry? You have married because you were not having a counselor, you were not having an advisor, you were not having a mentor who will shape you even whilst you are courting. And sometimes these people, when they are courting, their attitude, a lady can misbehave towards this guy, all in the name of love with their nyashi still. That is where you rather need to check and correct the illness. But because of this thing called stupid love, I call it stupid love. When somebody is messing up and you don't have the heart to correct the person, one day you settle down. That is why I say men should wake up and women should wake up. At the university, I have this friend in my classroom, and then at the lecture hall one day, he was having an argument with a guy, the boyfriend. So I have to intervene. I said, what is your problem? He said, this guy came to me, proposed to me that I'm in love with you. I said, fine, accept it. I'm also interested. Let's run the journey. 2 weeks' time, the guy came back to this lady, sat down in a room, and they were chatting. And what the guy kept repeating all the time, I love you. I love you. For 1 month, the guy was singing this national anthem of love. So on the second month, when the guy appeared, the lady asked this young guy, are you all right? Are you all right? You came to the market, I want to buy this. I gave you the commodity, you gave me the money. The next thing you should ask yourself, how can we prepare the stew and then enjoy the food we have bought? So it's not a matter of, I love you, you need my love, I've given you my attention. How then can we network ourselves together and zoom into it? So I need a strategy, I need a vision, I need a direction from you as the man. When are we going to marry? How many kids are we going to have? Where do we have to build our house? Plan something, let's think. And stop this, I love you, it's good, but we need to work something out of it. So if we don't check some of these things, that is why all the mistakes sometimes we see in our marriages as a result of poor foundation. As a result of poor foundation. There were no cross checks. You know, in the days of old, you want to marry from a particular house, your parents will go and do research. What kind of strange sickness do they have? The character, the lifestyle, the attitude, and then they will call you and they will advise you. In this particular house, the women are this type and the men are this type. This is the advice and the research we are giving on to you. If you love it, take it. If you don't want it, advise yourself. Today, no research. We follow just beauty, money, fame, celebrities, and then zoom in, and then we get there. At the end of the day, the thing cannot stand. So we need to be very careful. When the foundation is wrong, there is no way you can get it right when you get there. No wonder the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? You didn't build it well. And that is the consequences you have to face with. That is the only problem you have to face with. How can I love my beautiful damsel wife and ask her to be in a separate room? How can I sleep alone? And when I say sleep alone, many people are thinking the other way around. Sex is not the issue. I just want to admire the beauty, the presence, and everything about my wife. So let's stay together. Any married man who is blind and you don't see, sit in your room. Let your wife come from the bathhouse. Watch your wife dress. By the time you finish, your BP will be out of you.
Hey.
The pressure will come down. Just cross your leg. Watch the woman dress. It's a process of healing. A man lying at the hospital at the point of death. Doctors did everything they could do. Then one of them decided, where is the wife? The wife came, held the hand of the man, whispered two things into the mind. The next day they discharged the man. And these things are real. So we should help one another in our relationship. We should help one another. My wife has a weakness, I also have a weakness. And that is why you have strength. And I keep saying that marriage is not about competition.
Yeah.
If my wife doesn't know how to cook and I know how to cook, so far as I am married to her and I know how to cook, it's my responsibility to help. If there is something I don't know how to do and my wife knows how to do it, we are secured. That is complement each other, one another. Let there be this thing there, and then that is the only way we can enjoy our relationship. So this kind of separation and stuff, if I want to separate myself, then why do I have to marry you? Better still sleep in my own place where I used to in those days before we settle down. So me coming together means that we are one. We are one.
Mommy.
Yeah. So, you know, people misunderstand courtship for enjoyment, as Reverend said. But courtship time is for you to study
Each other.
Yes. To know, you know, everybody have what you want and what you don't want. So in marriage, you plan this before you enter.
Yeah.
That's why you take the certificate before you enter. After taking the certificate, no turning back. You understand? No turning back. So you do all these preparations, as Reverend said, before you enter.
Okay.
And always, I do tell the men, you give Bible to the woman, and that is the end. But God is saying that when she needs something, she should come to you. So what do you have in your mind that the woman will come and you teach the woman? If you don't have anything in your mind, somebody else will teach her. So before you go into marriage, learn all these things. That's why you are the head of the family.
Okay.
Being head doesn't mean anything like that. You need to have so many things.
It has a responsibility.
That is it that you are going to take. So going to take this responsibility, ask yourself whether you are ready for it or not. You don't see people marrying and just going to marry.
Okay.
You understand, my sister?
Yeah.
You don't just see marriage and going to marry. My parents, like, I give the money, she will cook, and my father will eat the best meat. And so because of that, I also want to marry. You understand?
Yeah.
We don't go into marriage with that. That is why you need to plan. Marriage is planning. When you go into the marriage, you still plan. You understand? Family planning, no. And yet, pioneer warning, condom or whatever it is, so it's for you to plan. If you know your work, your wife's work, we are able to take care of 2 children. You shouldn't give birth to children to come and suffer. You understand?
Yeah.
So you plan. That's why God has given natural family planning. The woman, you have days that when you meet with your man, you don't become pregnant.
Yeah.
All this you need to learn.
Yeah.
You understand? So after taking the certificate in marriage, now you are going to learn. So people relax. They just take the certificate, 2 weeks, then divorce. 1 week divorce. 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. Because you didn't plan. Just wearing the wedding gown is not marriage.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
And that is the mindset they used to enter.
Okay.
And so after entering, now they know, because the parents too should help the couples to, attain their marriage well. You understand?
Yeah.
Because some women are after money. And I know of a man who did not have money, but he loved the woman. He's a very hard-working guy. But when he went, they saw that he had no money. So they refused him the woman. So he also told himself, I'll get Mali and marry a millionaire's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, so he did. So see the mindset he's using to go into marriage. It's not love, but just to prove to that woman that he can also make it. You understand? Which is too bad. So parents should also help their children. Sit down your children and teach them. Nowadays, parents are after money, money, money. We don't have time for our children. It's only this corona time. I don't know. So at times
Maybe
I
God
say,
gave us that time.
you
So
see, and
we
now
could
children are feeling the love of their parents. Why are you suffering to get money? It's not because of the children.
Yeah.
So why don't you get time for them? That's why we have so many armed robbers. Some even, they marry, but that mentality of armed robbery is in them. Not just going to, steal, but in the house, they don't have time. They molest the women and do whatever they want, which is too bad. Okay. So we have to look at that too.
Okay. So remember, marriage is not a competition, and you are not in any competition with anybody. Don't let anybody force you into marriage. Take your time. I said it last week, and I'm saying it again. Take your time. Fall in love. Nest that ambition. Charlie, forever is too long to be unhappy. You've heard it all. We're going for a quick time. When we come back, we'll still continue with our discussion.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome back, viewers, from the break. It's still your show, Family Life, on Adoatv, and my name is Obahima Efe. And ye can't worry, Munsem. Send ye can't debiano. Today we want to learn, or we are still learning about living in separate rooms or different rooms as married couples. Is it right or wrong? Yes, you ye mbu obi abu mfia ye. Ye adwenkyerɛ na ye na ye kyerɛkyerɛ. Sɛ be ya ye besua bibi. Mind you, I said you are not in any competition with anybody when it comes to marriage. And don't let anybody force you into marriage when you are not ready. And yet, the wedding and then we hear marriage has a lot. Have you sat down to think about why you are giving certificate before you go for examination questions? School bang. It's only marriage institution and I'll be akunyano. I have a more certificate. If you are a secretary, in exams no po. Oko. Evangelist, why is it like that? Mentias you.
You received a certificate because you believe you have passed the exams.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, you saw dozens and millions of women and the men as well. So for you to go through the process of choosing means you have qualified yourself. And that's the reason why we applaud you with the certificate. Out of the billions, you were able to pick the one that fits you, and you brought it for the blessings of the Lord. So you say, well done. So go and enjoy. Yeah.
That is why you cannot live in separate rooms with each other.
That is why you cannot be, one of the major problems I have in life, I keep telling my wife, anything in life that you gain by prayer can only be sustained by prayer.
Okay.
When you find your way through marriage by deceit, then you have to keep on lying and then lying to sustain it.
Okay.
And so there are many formats that people use to enter into marriage, and they want to have a change, but the foundation has been laid. And that is where you need to depend on that and keep feeding the marriage. The marriage ought to be fed every day. So I keep telling people, young girls, young guys, especially with our young girls, when the time for the marriage is approaching, check the number of prayer centers they visit, the number of fastings they do, They do all these things right after the wedding. They lock their prayer chambers. They put the Bible somewhere, and it's like it's now between me and my husband. So they have taken God out of the equation. That is the reason why many marriages are going down the drain.
Okay.
We have forgotten about the almighty hand of God that preserved, that guided, that shaped the marriage. So we are no more talking to him. We are now talking to ourselves. So he's out of the equation. If you don't invite him, he will not come. So marriages that are dying, they should wake up and get to the presence of God. Activate their prayer life again. How we used to fall in love when we were young boys and girls and falling in love with each other. We go for all the prophetic centers, all the prayer meetings, all the all nights, and we bind all the devils. We rebuke all of them. Once you settle down, have you forgotten? Now this is where the devil is now coming to mess up with the beauty of everything that you have gotten. And that is why you need to increase the power of your prayer. The faith must be ignited, that people will know that truly the hand of God is sustaining our marriage.
Okay.
We talk to human beings more than we talk to God. You have a little challenge in your marriage and you talk to human beings when you have not even spoken to your God. So go to him. In talking to God, he may lead you to the kind of people that may be of help to you on this earth. So if you have not spoken to God, why are you speaking to me? So we have taken the battle into our hands, and he has led us into our own faith. So couples must wake up.
Okay.
Our morning devotion, our quiet time, our prayer before going out in the day, our prayer before we sleep in the night, our family Bible teachings, our family, all these things ought to be revived. That is the only way you can keep the marriage running.
Okay.
If not, you are endangering your life. And all these challenges that they are experiencing was a result of the foundation. You didn't start well. You didn't start well. So now the challenges are coming. That is the only reason. If we have been honest with one another, if we have been truthful to one another, by now we should be enjoying. We should be sharing testimonies in our marriages and not the confusion. Not the confusion. Make your research, go to God, digest it, sit with this woman, and your talking should not be about the beauty of your breast, the beauty of your hips. When I marry you one day, will you like it to have your own room, for me to have my separate room? Bring your views out. These are the things we need to debate on. Would you want me to have sex with you whilst we are courting before we marry? Bring these topics out. What will happen when we marry that will force you to divorce me? Tell me. These are things we sit as boyfriends and girlfriends. These are the things we need to talk about.
Then we learn from it.
Then we learn. Then you can tell the mindset
Of the person.
of your partner
Yeah.
and the one you are running with. Discussion. But today, what do we see? We are plucking down the marriages like rabbits. 6 months, you want a divorce. 3 months, you want a divorce. 1 month, you want a divorce. And you call this thing marriage. You were experimenting. It's not real.
It's not real. Mommy.
So you see, love grows. And God has put in man or woman something that is wrong for one to detect and go and fix it.
Wow.
So marriage is not just seeing the beauty and then getting what you want from the person. No. If you love somebody, you would like to polish the person's wrong. So you look for your partner that you want to polish.
Okay.
And if you have this mind, I bet you that marriage will not go wrong. I see the man, maybe he's a drunkard. I love the person. But I can see that that drunkenness is not that person, it's not him. But I'll help him to stop that act. I see a woman. That's why some people marry prostitutes. They don't understand.
So which means you stand by the decision you take.
That is
and then
it.
you face the
You
consequences.
face the consequence. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why we are talking about the shape and all those things. Those things will go. Formally, when you see my shape, I'm not the one sitting here. You understand? Yeah. And my husband told my children, they told me. I said, hey, so he remembers this. So you understand? So when you have that mind, because of the love you have for the person, even if the person wrongs you, you don't take it to heart. Because I love you.
Yeah.
This is your what? Your weakness. And I want to polish. So as you are polishing and you are growing, you are staying together, correcting yourself in these mistakes. You are correcting yourself. A time will come. I was like this. So if not because of this person, I would have done this, I would have done that. Then instantly that love naturally comes. You understand?
Yeah.
So love grows. That's why some people have to stay, they're able to stay for years. And you might think nothing happens before in their lifetime, but they plan. They don't tell people about their problems, but they
It's
solve
just
their
like
problems
being in
together.
JHS and then you are being given a core subject of English, maths, and science, and you are forced to learn it, whether you like it or not. You
read
have to
it.
learn it.
Yes.
Because when you know that's a pass mark to secondary school.
So one journey and also when if you don't learn it and they give you the pass marks and you go and face it in the office, right? That's where you sit down, you don't know what to do.
Okay.
Because it's not here. You understand?
Yeah.
And those people mess up their lives in the office. I don't know whether you are there or not, people don't even see you. You understand?
Yeah.
And they tend envying those who know the work. So they will be gossiping about all those things. You see?
Yeah.
So that is what I'm saying. In love, that's you see some people, you don't know what they've passed through. But because they love themselves, they are able to solve their problems and nobody hears about it. That is what we call love. Not me, I love you thing. Tomorrow you go to another girl and tell her that girl I love her. The time you realize you are 3 or 4. That is when after the wedding and those ones come in, now you are going to see the real color of your partner. You say, I want divorce.
Mommy, please add your last words to it. Viewers watching, I'm sure they will want to listen to your last words on this particular topic.
All right. On this particular topic, I think we learned in the quotation that you gave us.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 5.
Yeah. It's God's plan. He doesn't love divorce. God doesn't like divorce. So that is why he brought in that. If there's any misunderstanding, I think at that juncture, you shouldn't even stay in the house. You should be away from the house, elsewhere. You understand? Even maybe to your parents or somewhere that you can get somebody to counsel you. Open up and the person will counsel you. Whilst the man too is being counseled. So after that, that's the quiet time. Then now you realize your mistakes. I think something triggered something to happen. You now realize it. You come together. That makes the love grows. You understand? This is what I did the other time. So I will not do it again. You see, it's understanding. So before you enter into marriage, you have to tell yourself that you understand your partner. If you tell yourself that you understand your partner and this is in your mind, and you enter marriage with this mind, I don't think that your marriage will forever, break.
Okay.
And God will bless your marriage for you.
Thank you. Do you have any shout out to make? Maybe to your husband and children?
Oh, I love you, Mr. Gomado. I love you, my kids. In fact, they love the Lord and they always help me.
Okay.
Anytime that I'm down, these children will encourage me to be up. Their father too is the same. Because of work, I'm away in Accra here, they are in Kumasi. But still the love is there.
Yeah.
I thank you very much, my family. And I know God will keep us till we get to heaven. In Jesus' name.
Thanks for coming too. And we love you all. Okay, my crew also love you, Mr. Gumado, and then the kids. We are so grateful for allowing Mom to be on our show. Reverend.
Yeah. It's going to be very brief. Marriage is a beautiful thing, very beautiful thing. And I wouldn't advise anybody who have worked all these years to sustain your marriage just to allow these little things to destroy the marriage that you have struggled for all these years. So you've built it. Allow grace to come on board for you so that you'll be able to sustain it the rest of your life. So thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Evangelist, for coming. Sasu, be careful. Be careful. You have this thing to fight. So our viewers out there, we are so grateful. Say, mo joining. Yeah, sorry to say, into me phone lines, no. Yeah, I'm to jam my one free. Yeah, promises next week. Yeah, be hu ejuma na. Yeah, to me, aye, hu ejuma. See, me guess no makasa. Our evangelist, they be oka. I say our day. Marriage is not about endurance, but it's about enjoying. So we enjoy. So I see we bribe a what to nyama ye. And I'll be to me enjoy our career. Internet say our career is not a competition. Take your time to what's it. na hwehwem se na ebe ya nkɔ ware na afei na akɔ akɔpɛ dan foforo atenim na ukuru so wɔ dan foforo mu da bi ye de ya adwenkyerɛ ne sɛ nka bom ho hia on te sɛ bi a wo yare na oda different room a oba no be ese wana be ma no be ese hu entumi nsi ohun nti yɛsrɛ mo ye adesua na ye na yɛsua na would like to say thank you to our sponsors, to Vena and then Spiffy Clothing. We also need more sponsors to come on board. Please feel free. Oh, me offer me 0248221526. You be di home komo. Yenja kese ebone kitwe bi kakre bi. Oh, na waba join na yetumi the program ya bremu da ne da nyina. Medami crew ase. Alfred Manyereji Sasu. Hey, your meeting is coming on. To Joshua, Jonah, Uncle Danny, Lizzie, Blankson, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. Said Debia Musoyas, Muboy, and the program. But one message camera, and my message Hanum say, Yens me for programming, bro. So, and I may shout out a comma Esaba me do, baby. I will be a Nyamisha. So we come your way same time, same day. Next week. It's been your show, Family Life on Adoatv, and my name is Papa.